Okay, y'all, before you say anything, I know this look, it's too much. It's too much. These lashes, I don't do fake lashes. It took me like 10 minutes per eye. I know it's too much. It's too much, but hey guys, we're gonna go anyway. Thank you for checking out this video. So, very recently, I saw Jen Phelps, who I've been subscribed to for a long time, do like an alphabet favorites of makeup. And so she just went through the alphabet and she picked a brand that aligned with each letter of the alphabet. I do not have as extensive as a makeup collection as her or other beauty YouTubers. So I kind of broke the rules in typical Katie fashion. And I picked something where either the name of the product aligned with the letter of the alphabet or the brand or like the shade or color name of the product. So you'll get what I mean. So we're just going to start. Okay, so for the letter A, the first letter of the alphabet, I picked the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. So this was a holiday release, I think 2 years ago. But it is, besides like this color right here, it is my like perfect neutral cool toned palette. You can see there's love to it. I love this like silver and this slate color. This is like my go-to palette for the whole holiday season, like Christmas, New Year's, all of that. So that would be a favorite for A. For letter B, I have picked the BH Cosmetics Love in London palette. I picked this up on a whim because I did a study abroad program in London, England, and I love it. It's one of my favorite places I've ever been, and I've been lucky to travel a lot. But I wouldn't have bought it just because it was a London themed palette. The colors were on another level. Again, you're going to see probably a pattern with the favorite palettes that I've picked out. And this isn't all palettes, by the way. But they're very cool toned or neutral. Some dark colors to give it a little more smoke. Depth, deepness, whatever, and some pops of color in there. So I have loved all the looks I've created with this palette, and I can truly see this being like a travel palette because you have your neutral mattes, your neutral shimmers, and then you have your deeper purple blue pops of color, which purple and blue, if I'm going to go for a color on the eye, I tend to reach for purples or blues. Can you tell? So love that from BH Cosmetics, and it's only 15 bucks and the quality is amazing. Okay, for letter C, there were a couple things I had to like go in and erase my list, but the things I have loved the longest and I have used the most are the CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara. So this has 3 C's in it, but this is a perfect first coat mascara because it really does spread your lashes apart, gets rid of any clumps that are in there, and you can go, I go in, which you'll see later, with a more voluminous mascara to then thicken up each of those lashes that have been spread apart. So this, I don't know, this is probably like my 5th tube or more of this. And then the other thing from CoverGirl is the Cheekers blush. So another thing that starts with a C, but specifically the shade Plumberry Glow. I have gone through a whole one of these blushes. I have this one and I have one on backup. If I don't know what blush color to use, this is my go-to. I feel like these are underrated at the drugstore. They're looked over because maybe the packaging isn't that typical round packaging for a blush, but it's perfect. It's perfect. Letter D. I was going to go on to E because I don't know my alphabet. D is actually the Diffused Light powder by Hourglass. I have super dry under eyes, and after going through all of my chemo treatments, they became kind of dark in here, and so I started needing to use concealer for the first time, and I'm 27. and I couldn't use like a typical powder because it would just look dry and crepey. So I bought this little mini from Hourglass in diffused light, and it is the softest powder. When you look at it in the pan, it looks like it might have a little shimmer, but when you actually diffuse it out onto your skin, it is just the most soft, natural looking powder to set any under eye concealer. So loving that. And then letter E. I know most people would think e.l.f. because e.l.f. has tons of great products, but I've got to go with the product that I have repurchased the most, meaning it probably is a favorite, and it is the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel. This is in the shade Brownie Brows, I believe. It is like my perfect color. You can't tell, my natural hair color is like deep brown. So this is the perfect like neutral brown color. It doesn't pull too warm, it's not too light, and it's like $2 or $3. So okay, we are on to letter F, and there were a couple things I had for this as well, but I have to go with the Flamingo palette by Violet Voss. This is the first like super colorful palette I ever bought, but I love it because it has more of the lighter pastel summer colors. And for a lot of these shades, it has like a matte, you know, light blue, and then a shimmer light blue. It has kind of your matte orange corals, and then your shimmer orange corals, pinks, and you know, your yellows. It is a great colorful palette, but you can still get neutrals out of it. But I feel like this is, when I go on my next beach vacation, thanks Florida, I feel like this is the palette I want to bring because it just screams like island paradise to me, and I've used it a lot and I love it. Letter G. So this is a new palette to me. However, it's not new to the makeup world, but I love it, and it is the Going Coconuts palette by ColourPop. I have a couple ColourPop palettes, but these neutral browns, again, I'm not into warm tones, I'm into neutrals or cool tones, and I love this neutral brown palette with these shimmers in the middle. So good, my friends, so good. And I think, what are these, $12? So good. So for letter H, I have to go with the High Beam kind of liquid highlighter by Benefit. This is the second one I've had. It is the most natural glow on your face, and it's so appropriate for like your everyday, if you work in an office, or I'm a teacher, so it was so appropriate for every day at work, just putting it kind of the tops of my cheeks a little bit. It's so much more natural than any powder highlight I've ever used. Even though I like powder highlights, this one is just, it's so good. I think people with drier or more mature skin would like this as well, again, because it's not powdery, it doesn't have glitter or sparkle in it. It is just a natural luminous glow. Ugh, love it. Okay, I don't know why this was one of the last letters I was able to figure out, but then once I thought of it, I was like, duh. It is IT Cosmetics, the IT Celebration Foundation Illumination. So 2 eyes there. I don't know why that makes me so happy. But this is just a pressed powder, but it is not a drying pressed powder. The Illumination name can make you think maybe it has kind of shimmer or sparkle to it, but it really doesn't. But it is my go-to powder for setting all over my face, because see right there, it still allows you to have some glow if you have kind of a glowy or dewy foundation on, but it still sets your foundation into place. And then the other thing from IT Cosmetics, like I said, once I thought of this brand, I was like, duh, is of course their Your Skin But Better CC cream. I actually have 2 shades of this. This wears like a pretty medium buildable, so maybe you can build it up to full coverage foundation. It is my go-to for events, meaning like weddings or, you know, bridal showers, baby showers. None of the things we're going to right now, but it just gives you a natural finish. This foundation, it wears so well. It lasts such a long time. It has SPF 50 in it, but it is, like I said, I think it will continue. Did I say I have 2 shades in this? Because it will continue to be my go-to foundation for events. Okay, so we are on to letter J, and for this is a hidden gem, probably because this brand isn't sold in a lot of drugstores anymore. It's all online, but I saw this from Sarah Rose here on YouTube, who I love, and this is the Jordana Sculpt and Go Creamy Contour Stick, and it is your true neutral undertone contour color. I feel like so many bronzer contour colors are either too orange or too ashy, kind of like dirt, but this is your perfect neutral color, and plus it is so creamy. It looks so natural on the face to carve out your cheekbones. I don't have it on today, but I should. I need some carving. To carve out your cheekbones, your little under your chin, to make you look more sculpted. You know, the perfect name, Sculpt and Go. Blends out so easily. I think I got mine for like around $9, so super affordable, but this is something like I want to stock up on, because if it ever goes away, I've never found anything like it. So good, hidden gem. Okay, for K, I had to get kind of creative. I know there are quite a few brands with a K out there, Kosas, Kapari, Kaja, all that, but I have to go, I don't have any of those, so I had to go with the Keep It Full Lip Plumper Gloss from Milani. I have the shade Soft Rose. It is your perfect neutral pink colored. For me, I don't have very pigmented lips, so it just adds that kind of pink and shine to my lips that I need to make them stand out from my face color. And it has just a bit of that tingly feeling, but it goes away super fast. Smells really good, not sticky, nice amount of pigment, and again, just for me, it's that super wearable neutral pink. Okay, for L, this I think is discontinued in stores, but I have found it online a couple places, and I did stock up. It is my favorite foundation. It is my mom's favorite foundation, and it is the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation. So I know these cushion foundations had like their 15 minutes, and then every brand discontinued them, but I've been able to find these online. It is the foundation I wear every day for work when I'm teaching. It's what I'm wearing now. It is a very natural to luminous finish because it does have that Lumi name in it. It's natural coverage. I think you can, it's a light buildable coverage, so it does build up if you have more places to cover, but it has just that like natural sheen to it. Not too dewy, but it's not matte either. Just that natural light to it. I don't know if you can tell, but it is like, I have it in multiple colors because I want to wear it all times of the year. So good. And then I have M. This, I had a couple things to pick, but I have to go with a recent favorite, and it is the Maybelline Nudes of New York palette. And I feel like now is a good time to share this palette because Natasha Denona just came out with her bronze palette, and I'm sure it's great, but it's $65, and I feel like I think this was around 14 or 15 at Ulta. I feel like you can probably get the same looks plus more out of this palette as you could the bronze palette by Natasha Denona. Such creamy mattes, nice shimmers. I mean, I feel like the reviews and tutorials I've seen from the bronze palette from Natasha is like a lot of the colors wear very similar on the eyes. So while you're like doing your makeup up close, it may look like you have different shades on, but when you step back from a distance and you're looking at somebody, I feel like you could get the exact same looks out of this palette. So I'm waiting for somebody who has both of the palettes to do like a comparison video, but I'm gonna stick with my Maybelline Nudes of New York. And then for N, I have to go with my Nude Sticks Eye Color Crayons. These, they are so creamy. They have matte shade, so I'm going to show you. This is like a matte taupe shade. So they are so creamy, and they give you enough time to go in with a blending brush and make like a one color eye look. I did that a lot while teaching. I would draw one shade on my eyes and then take a brush and just blend it and diffuse it up into the crease. A few times I would add a shimmer color. This one is called Nudity. But holy crap, do they last on your eyes. I know if you have oily eyelids, which I do. I have kind of dry skin but oily eyelids. You may think, oh, a cream is just gonna fall into those creases of my eyes, but these stay so well. I do use an eye primer, which you will see in a couple minutes, but the Nude Sticks eye colors are so good. Lantaletta, we are on to letter O, which again was a little bit difficult for me, so I again chose the shade name of a product, and this is the color On Repeat, and this is a Dose of Colors lip gloss. This again is another one of those everyday neutral your lips but better pink glosses. I wear this most days. It is very similar to that Milani one I showed you, but these smell like a birthday cake or walking into a candy store. Oh my gosh, I could get high on these. Anyway, I wear this most days, and it's more like a liquefied lipstick because it has so much pigment to it, and it stays really well. It wears off well. It is creamy and soft, not sticky, and really flattering on the lips. P, I went with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. How can you go wrong? Again, I don't like matte powder products very much. This just gives you that natural satin finish. This is just the shade Bronze. You can build these up, you can sheer them out. I also have the deep shade. Again, smells like you're putting suntan lotion on to head down to the beach. Those were the days. I've seen people who like a matte finish wear it. I've seen people who like a dewy finish wear it, and everything in between. Physicians Formula is a little bit pricey, but you know. Okay, Q is like impossible, so I had to go with Jen Phelps's answer as well, because I do actually use these in my makeup routine, and they are Q-tips. And what I do, I just take a little bit of micellar or micellar water. I don't know which one is correct. I've heard both. And put it onto the end of the Q-tip, and then I'll clean up kind of my eye area if I have any fallout, if I went too ham. Clean up your brow area if you went too ham. And like, you know, you can get a box of like 10 billion for $4. I don't know. But Q-tips, like add them to your beauty routine. R, I also had to get clever with R because I don't have anything that starts with R. I don't think. Probably when I'm finished with this video, I'll find something. So I had to go with the Mercury Retrograde because retrograde is where my R comes from. The Mercury Retrograde palette by Huda Beauty. This is again another one of those palettes. Screams my name. It has your beautiful pastel kind of spring colors, your kind of neutral row and kind of deeper row. Just, I've used this so many times since getting it, and I feel like I never want to be without it. It's just, it springs like Easter to me because like the tulips are blooming and you can smell the flowers, and you're wearing a flowery shirt or flowery dress to church on Easter Sunday, and you're wearing these colors on your eyes, and you just look like you're ready to accept Jesus into your heart. So S, I had a couple products, but I went with the one that I continually purchase, and they're not a makeup product, but they're in the beauty category. They are the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel Polishes. These are just 2 of the multiple colors I have. This is in the shade Hunger Flames, and it is my go-to toenail polish color, and this is the shade Tidal Wave, which is a very, very fun summer color. These last so well on your nails. They also have a top coat, a gel top coat. Last so well, and they look so pretty. They have a nice big brush, so it only takes a few strokes to cover your nails, and you know, best drugstore nail polish in my opinion. P U V. We are on to a Too Faced Tickled Peach, a mini eyeshadow palette. I love buying like travel size palettes, thinking I'm going to travel for the rest of my life, and who knows, maybe we will. Maybe we'll be locked down forever. Who knows? But I love these kind of lighter pinks and purples. You know, your neutral palette, but with nice shimmery shades. You know, can't go wrong with something like that. For you, my tried and true eye primer that has never let me down is the original Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This one is looking a little janky and used, but that's okay. It's just oily lids. It doesn't matter. This will never let you down, and it's a little bit expensive because it's Urban Decay. However, you use so little of it at a time. This has lasted me like 4 years. Don't tell me I need to throw it away. I know that, but I won't. I'm going to get my money's worth. Done. This is for about how the CoverGirl Clump Crusher is my first mascara that spreads out my lashes, and then I go in with the mascara that thickens and voluminizes my lashes, and that is either one of these, the Voluminous Mascaras by L'Oreal. So either the original Voluminous, oh, so good, makes your eyelashes so juicy. Can eyelashes be juicy? I don't know. Or the Voluminous Lash Paradise. This does a really good job of separating and thickening your mascara, your lashes. So you can't go wrong with either one of these, and they're at the drugstore. I went with the Wander Beauty Wondrous Chill palette. Again, kind of your neutral to cooler tones, but with a few pops of color. We have, you know, a purple, a bronze, a pink. Look at those colors. Sorry, my hand is a mess. Again, I could see this being a palette that it's the only palette I grab to take with me on a vacation. I think it's bad karma. Like, we're all buying these like travel sized things, and side note, the people that are already buying 2021 calendars or agendas, y'all need to chill, because that's bad karma. We're going to all buy these calendars, and then we're going to have another outbreak, another pandemic or something that keeps us home and allows us to cancel all of our plans and not have an agenda. So we need to chill on the 2021 stuff. Just day by day, kids, day by day. For X, Y, and Z, I had to get clever again. I had to break the rules. So for X, I am using the X in NYX. This is the Angel Veil Primer. This is your perfect, just like smoothing primer. It gives you the perfect smooth base for your foundation. I'm like savoring this because it's a little bit expensive, but I know when I use this, I am just in shock of how smooth my face looks. So, you know, I know a lot of brides wear that on their wedding day. I've heard that. Or they did. I'm sure there are other primers that they use now that are bougier, but Love it. And then Y, I also had to use the Y in NYX. This I don't think is around anymore. This is their Love in Paris palette. This is my go-to smoky palette. I mean, neutral browns, cool tone silvers and grays. Are you kidding? I was in a okay, it stopped recording. I don't know where. I was talking about the NYX Love in Paris palette. I was in a runway fashion show 2 summers ago, and this was the palette I did my makeup, my eye makeup with. And y'all, I've never gotten so many compliments in my life. Never. I mean, the quality of this is not as great as most eyeshadows now, because this is a few years ago I got this. But y'all, I can still make it work and have the best cool toned smoky eye. I'll never get rid of this. And then for Z, probably my most creative of all, because I know I don't have a brand that starts with Z. So I just started looking for products that had a Z in the name, and I came across one that is my most used highlighter. Can you guess? The Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I have shattered mine twice and put it back together because I refuse to get rid of it. For my skin tone, this is the perfect any time of year highlight. It's right here. I mean, it's not too much. It will not give you that like metallic landing strip on your cheekbones. It just gives you a nice highlighted glow. I mean, you can tell if you put it on, people can probably tell you have highlighter on, but it's not like in your face. It's another one that I could wear to work because it just blends out so perfectly. It's that neutral champagne color. It works on many skin tones. Whew, okay, those are my favorites, A through Z. Kind of cheated. I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do to get to the top. Just kidding, I'm a teacher, guys. Okay, you can't cheat. So thank you for checking out this video, and I hope to do a cancer update soon, because I've gotten, ironically, during this pandemic, a lot of things have happened to me and my health. I have met with tons of doctors and gotten a lot of news. So I want to share that with you guys soon. So maybe in a future video. Okay, see you guys.